Transportation's been critical to the development of urban areas, and our roads have been part of that evolution. Today, pavements that allow water to travel through them could have an impact on our health, safety, economy, and environment. And for the first time in the Midwest, side-by-side permeable concrete and asphalt installations are being tested on residential streets as part of the Tiger Project in the Green Impact Zone of Kansas City, Missouri.
Stormwater runoff is the single biggest contributor of surface water pollution in the world. With permeable surfaces, the water falls, soaks into the ground, or evaporates.
Typically, as you excavate, then you put a filter fabric down. And the filter fabric aligns the bottom and the sides so that when water goes through, it keeps the soils from pumping back through that filter fabric and contaminating the pervious from underneath. And then we put 12 inches of clean rock base down. We put 6 to 8 inches of pervious concrete, the icing on top, if you will. It allows the rainwater to go through and it filters it and allows it to go back down into the clean rock base, and there it either evaporates or it eventually migrates into the soils.
The microbes in the soil, they like to eat oils and greases and the fertilizer that comes off your yard, and so most of it gets degraded right in that pavement structure.
Nothing is totally maintenance free. So when dirt goes in here, it will find a plateau and gather on it. And it doesn't usually ever go more than ½ an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And what's really weird is you vacuum it.
And there are other benefits to pervious surfaces. They're much cooler because they allow moisture to evaporate and transmit less heat into the soil. This reduces air conditioning costs, and there are other cost savings to municipalities.
In normal construction practices, you design for surface runoffs, and that drainage enters the sewer system to be transported to the treatment plant, and there's a considerable sum of money involved in that transportation and treatment.
Where we've got permeable pavements, we haven't put in our stormwater collectors. We are not contributing as much water to the city stormwater system. If we look on a whole project, the green version of it is equal or cheaper than the kind of traditional gray infrastructure.
For people walking or driving on these surfaces, there may also be advantages.
A permeable pavement doesn't pond ice, and so they tend to be clearer and a little bit safer to walk on in the winter.
Evaluating the installations at these intersections will take years, but there's immediate impact in the community from their Tiger funding.
The permeable pavement was an impetus for other improvements. The sidewalks and curbs that direct the water into the permeable pavement was part of the project. And these Tiger grants are keeping these fellows working full-time now instead of part-time. And we think it's well worth it because we're getting a quality product for those dollars.
And longer term, the performance of these surfaces may change the way roads are built on a much broader scale.
And like any new project, most people want to see it on the ground for a certain number of years, and then once they see it works, it gets specified more and more. And so the trends around the country, once people become more comfortable with it, then it just rapidly takes off.